Yeah, too easy.
Hi everyone, it's Raymond Wood at the Raymond Wood podcast. A big thank you for joining us. Now we've got a special guest on. We've got someone on who's been with us on our programs for probably over 6 years. This player has been to the UK twice with us. He's been on our professional player pathway program. And since joining the professional player pathway program, he went on trials to the UK and he's now living a dream playing professional football over in Liverpool in England. Phoenix Thatcher, how are you, mate?
Good, thanks. How are you?
Good, mate. So for everyone who doesn't know you, Phoenix, can you give us a bit of an intro? Give us your full name, your age, position you play, and where you come from.
Yeah, so my name is Phoenix Thatcher. I'm from Brisbane in Queensland, Australia, and I play left wing.
Brilliant, mate. So roll back to when you first come on the program with me. Can you remember how old you were, Phoenix?
For around 10-ish, I think.
Yeah,
Sometime around there.
I think you were 10, 11, weren't you? And what was your
Yeah.
first impressions when you first come to England? Like the level of the football and the standards?
Oh, it was much higher than Australia. Like, not to downgrade Australian football because it is still good quality, but here it's a different ball game. Like, you can be good technically, but you need your effort and your work rate needs to be right up there.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Your effort levels of it just goes up another level all the time. So
Yeah.
you've been on a couple of trips with us. You finally done your trials, and you got an opportunity to go to Stephen Gerrard's academy in Liverpool in England. What was it like when you discovered you were going to England?
Oh, it was honestly a dream at one point. It's something that I'd wished I'd do for so long since I was young to go abroad and play football and do what I enjoy. And the fact that I could do that with a few mates that I know and then get that experience, it was amazing.
So you've been over there now for, is it just over a couple of weeks?
Yeah, I think this is my third week now. This is my third week now.
So for anyone who's watching this and have never joined us on any of the programs or have never even experienced anything that we're doing, what's your one bit of advice to players out there who are considering looking at the program to join?
Um, just that it works. Like I hear people say all the time that it's not worth it, or is it a scam or this and that, and just bickering. But it works and it gives you opportunities that other places, especially when you come from abroad trying to play football, just trying to do the thing you love. It really does open up so many pathways for you to take.
Yeah, it's one of the big things that we get a lot. Exactly what you just said. People don't believe that it's possible, but unfortunately, I don't think there's too many people in Australia and outside of Europe who can open up the opportunities the way we can. But
Yeah.
I'm so happy that we've got you over there. So you've obviously been there a couple of weeks. What's the weather being like? Has it been a bit of a shock to the system, or have you adjusted pretty well?
Yeah, I mean, we've adjusted quite well. First week was a bit a slow start because we had immense snow. Like when I landed, we had snowstorm warnings, and we couldn't get on a pitch outside for about a week and a bit.
Wow.
So, but in terms of adjusting, like we were managed to get bookings for little futsal centers that we can continue to train at and do little five-a-side games and get the cobwebs off our feet coming back to the academy again. So it was good.
That's amazing. So you've gone across to the UK on your Australian passport, is that correct? Or have you got a
Yes,
different passport? Yeah. And
yeah.
you're doing your studies while you're there as well, or is it just football?
No, for me it's just football. We were going to do study, but um, it was a bit more, and we came to the conclusion of just get over there, start fresh, do some football, get straight into it.
That's good. And I suppose you can focus on your football while you're there as well. Are you going to pick up any part-time or casual jobs while you're there, or is it just completely football focus?
It'll probably just be completely football focused because, especially at this point in time, we've got a lot of games, a lot of trainings, a lot of stuff to catch up on purely because of that snow delay. So yeah, probably just mostly football.
Brilliant. Now, you've been involved in a couple of games already, and I did see some of the results come through. So, first game you're involved in was against Chester FC. How did that go? What was the score, and how was your performance?
Um, yeah, we lost 5-2. I think it was our 21s. So we have 18s, 21s, and 23s. 21s is like your middle, and it was one of those sort of games, and it was against a UDA team, and it was another Steven Gerrard out branch. So they were very well organized tactically and mentally. They were all there ready for it, and we, being new, most of our team was newcomers. So I think for them it was more of an eye opener to what it's like over here. Um, Rude awakening in the first half. We were down 4-0, but straight out the gates in the second half, we scored 2 goals back to back in like 2 minutes. So
Wow,
we won the second half, which gave us that bit of hope. And then yeah, obviously not the
amazing.
result we wanted, but it was
One
good.
of the big things we speak about with a lot of the players is I actually secretly want my players to be involved in them games for development purposes, like losing 5-4,
Yeah,
losing 2-1 rather than winning 6-0, because sometimes you don't learn much from those games, but the games that really challenge you. Now, on the flip side, you played against Wigan a couple of days later. Now, what was the score
yeah.
in that game, and how did that go?
The score in that game was 10-0 win to us. One of the, I would say, easier games that we played. Um, I think it was 4-0 in the first half. Came out the gates in the second half. Had me a cheeky hat trick in the first half, so it was good. I was also playing out of position. I was playing at striker and seemed to work. So
That's good. Now, I'll actually post the videos up here on the podcast for everyone who's watching while I'm chatting away to it, and everyone can have a look up. I think one of your goals was a left footer smash volley.
oh yeah,
Did that surprise you to finish that goal on your left foot?
what's that? Sorry.
Did it surprise you, that finish, to hit it so well on your left foot and get it
Yeah, it
straight
kind
in
of
across
did.
the goal?
Yeah, it kind of did. The ball came down, and then I had a man on my back, and I kind of just thought, why not? I'll turn and have a hit, and then it went perfectly into the side netting. So
Now, moving on from the games, just for all the boys and girls and mums and dads watching, whether they're in Australia, the USA, Middle East, wherever all of our players are, what's your week look like, Phoenix? How many hours a week of training are you doing? How many matches are you doing? Do you do anything like sports science, physio, gym, rehab? If you could just give everyone a little bit of a 2 to 3 minute explainer of what your week's like.
yeah, so it's not necessarily organized as a entire week in itself. We do have day by day schedules. So I think yesterday was a Saturday, so Saturday is our days off. Sundays is purely match days, so that's where most of your games will be played. There are more match days during the week. Like we had games all throughout this week purely because of the catch-ups of snow. But I believe you'd be playing one, maybe 2 games a week, maybe more, purely because across the 3 teams that we have, you have more opportunities to maybe make it into those teams, play those games. Trainings is pretty much once, if not twice every day. If it's not twice every day, you will get a good gym session in. You'll have a program set to your My PT Hub, which is an app that we use that provides us with a workout that we have to follow, whether it be a recovery session or a um, strength session, resistance session. Could branch off to many different areas of the gym. And then I have just come to find out too that every second week, so every fortnight, we have a yoga class with a lady that works for the academy. basically just to help with our bodies stay flexible, especially with all the stress and pressure that we've been put on through trainings, games, and stuff like that. It's good just to relax for that hour or two. So
it doesn't sound too scammy or not real. It actually sounds really professional to me, Phoenix.
yeah, yeah, quite. Yeah, it's been a bit robust lately, purely just because, like I said, we've had the weather delays and stuff like that. We've had to adjust, but we're starting to find proper scheduling, especially in more recent times. Um, Obviously, we've got two games today. One which is a UDA Premier game, and then I play in a separate game today against Kids Grove. So it'll be good.
Oh, Kids Grove, yeah, they're a good level. I remember them when I
Yeah,
was coaching back in the UK. They were like semi-professional.
yeah, yeah.
So that's good. So obviously you got all your league games, you got all your training, you got your professional coaches around you. In comparison to when you were back home in Australia, like what's the difference in regards, or is the level the same, or do you just think it's another level up, or two levels up, or what are your thoughts on it
Um,
all?
yeah. So in terms of like our lowest league that we can play, it's called MCI. Basically, that's like your Wigan Athletics and stuff like that as well. Um, that's probably maybe a little bit below NPL one level. But when
Yeah.
you start hitting your 21s, UDAs, and Premier Leagues, and then our 23s as well, it's just so far higher in quality. Like it's honestly unreal. Like tactically wise, like our we've got teammates downstairs right now going through um, a 30 to 45 minute analysis of their last couple games because they're about to head off to their game against oh, I don't know who they're playing, sorry, but in the Premier League. So yeah,
That's amazing. Yeah, I know the 23s, they play in that National Youth League and they play against the likes of Leeds, Coventry, Everton. There's some
yeah,
really big clubs up there competing against those teams. Now,
yeah. It's
obviously, I heard a bit of a rumor, and I'm not sure if it's true, but there's also opportunities for you between now and May when the season ends that you get to travel into Europe for games and tournaments. Is that true? Or
yes. So around the end of March, we as SGA have a little week tour to a small island off Spain called Tenerife, where there's
yeah,
basically a tournament against local teams and everything, um, to get our experiences up, our development up, and also just um, branch out our exposure to different types of football around Europe. So
that's amazing. That's amazing. Yeah, I've been to Tenerife many times. It's off an island called Gran Canaria. It's about 4 hours. No, not even 4 hours. 2.5 hours from England. Just basically a straight shot all the way down.
yeah,
Uh, Tenerife's beautiful as well. I have weather like Australia, Queensland all year round, very warm. So it'll be nice and hot by the time you go in March, April. So that's pretty exciting. So overall, mate, since you joined us when you were 10 and 11, did you ever think at the age of 17, 18, you'd be playing pro football in the UK?
I definitely hoped to. It was always a dream to start in a youth academy of some sort, and then make my way through the ranks. Definitely wanted to play abroad, and it's been amazing. Never really thought um, that it could be possible until I joined the program, and then it took off and it developed like it has to what it is now and the levels that it is now, and it's been amazing.
No, that's it. I'm so excited for you, mate. Well, look, Phoenix, I know you've got a busy day ahead of you. I know you're playing against Kids Grove today. We won't keep you much longer, but what we'll do is, if it's okay with you, we're gonna post this podcast for everyone to watch and view, and especially for any aspiring boys and girls who don't think it's possible. After watching your journey and a little bit about your journey, and I don't think you'll mind me saying, but I say this to a lot of people that when we discovered Phoenix Thatcher when he was 10 and 11, he wasn't the best player, but he wasn't the worst player. And it's a testament to Phoenix and the hard work he's put in over the past 6, 7 years that he's been able to put himself in a position to get this opportunity. The scary thing is for Phoenix, and I think Phoenix knows this as well. is being in this environment for a year or 2 years, his development's going to go through the roof. So just to finish off, Phoenix, for all of our listeners, what's your deal? Are you there for 1 year? Have you got a 2 year deal? If you don't mind sharing that personal information.
Yeah, so I'm currently here for 6 weeks. 6 weeks. Sorry, 6 months. I will return back to Australia in June, and then from there, I'm able to apply for a British passport thanks to my granddad on my dad's side, and from there, I should be able to come back in September, and then from there, time is unknown at this point, whether it be a year, 2 years. Looking to branch off and try trials throughout Europe as well.
Amazing. Well, obviously, now that I've completely passed out as a UEFA player agent, that's one of the things I'm going to be able to help you with. So I think the big thing is to start to impress at SGA, get in that top team as much as you can, and then we'll start to help you position. You're having a look at some of the other pro clubs around England and Europe. How does that sound?
Yeah, sounds amazing.
All right, Phoenix. Well, look, we'll let you go. We appreciate you joining us here at the Raymond Wood. Best of luck with your game against Kids Grove today. And if it's okay with you, mate, we'll touch base with you again in the next 2 to 3 weeks.
Yeah, mate. Sounds good.
Cheers, Phoenix. See you, mate. Have a great day.